Iowa Congresswoman Miller-Meeks, who joins us now. Great to have you on, Congresswoman. What were your thoughts of President Trump's remarks last night and his efforts to end men in women's sports?
Well, as we know, there is not a level playing field. I can tell you as a physician and as a scientist that men have longer striated muscles in their calves. They have greater lung volume, greater cardiac volume. So it is not an even playing field for a biological male to compete against a female, especially when it comes to strength categories, jumping, running, and then as we saw in the Olympics, boxing. So I first met Riley Gaines almost 3 years ago when she came to Iowa to speak at Governor Reynolds' event, and I was just so moved by her courage and inspired by her for this young person to speak out against something that was so atrocious and so wrong, but to be isolated, to be shamed, to be censored for her comments, to be threatened. I was just very inspired by her, so it was a real honor to have her there. We had passed a bill prohibiting boys from participating in girls' sports in the House. It didn't pass in the Senate, and then President Trump signed the executive order. Again, we passed another bill this year, and then as you know, the day before the presidential address, the 45 Democrats in the Senate did not vote to support prohibiting boys and girls sports. It is just abominable.
It is. The Republicans are really standing up for women in women's spaces, in women's sports, in their futures. President Trump, of course, mentioned that last night, but he got a huge amount of applause for saying this obvious fact. Let's watch.
Public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
We just wanted to take a moment, Congresswoman, to highlight that one line really did get great response by the crowd, but technically it was only half of the room. I mean, what's going on with Democrats not wanting to acknowledge that?
I have no idea. They just are tone deaf. They've learned nothing from the election. You know, I sat on the Democrat side of the room, and I was proud to be an island in a sea of Democrats that stood up and applauded the president. This is such an important issue, and I did a speech on the floor of Congress on Tuesday morning talking about Republicans are the party of women. We're the ones that protect them, support them, elevate them, and want them to fulfill their potential in a level playing field. And I think this is something that the majority of Americans agree with, and if the Democrats continue down this pathway, they're going to continue to be in the minority.
We're running out of time here, but I want to ask you real quickly, what did you make of the Democrats all wearing pink, yet none of them voted for the saving women or men in women's sports? I just don't understand how that happened. There's a shot of it right there.
Well, you know, pink is diluted red, so we were there in red, in force, making known that Republican women support women, Republican men support women, and we are the party that is supporting and advancing women.
All right, well
President
said.
Trump signing the executive order was terrific.
Indeed. Indeed it was. It was really special to see. Congresswoman Miller-Meeks, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.